Hello, I am C-3PO, and you are about to listen to the story of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. You can also read along with the story in your book. Unless you are already programmed to know when the pages end, you will know it is time to turn the page when you hear this sound. I believe the storyteller is ready, so let us begin.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It was a dark time for the Rebel Alliance. Although the Death Star had been destroyed, the Imperial troops still had managed to force the rebels out of their hidden base and pursue them across the galaxy. A group of freedom fighters led by Luke Skywalker had established a new secret base on the remote ice world of Hoth. The evil Lord Darth Vader, obsessed with finding young Skywalker, had dispatched thousands of probes into the far reaches of space. Trotting his Tauntaun across the tundra, Luke reported in on a routine scouting mission.
There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
Suddenly, a vicious snow beast knocked Luke off his mount. The Wampa dragged the unconscious rebel into its icy cave. When Luke woke up, he realized he was about to become the Wampa's next meal. As the snow beast approached, he surprised it with a swing of his lightsaber and scrambled out of the cave. But outside, his Tauntaun had been killed by the snow beast, and a blizzard was raging, making it difficult to see. Then, he heard a familiar voice.
Luke, you will go to the Dagobah system. There you will learn from Yoda, the Jedi Master who instructed me.
Exhausted, Luke collapsed into a snowdrift. Fortunately, Han Solo was nearby. He rescued the young Jedi, put up a shelter against the cold night air, and by the next morning, they were rescued. While Luke recovered in the medical center, Han and Chewbacca were alerted to an unusual signal coming from outside the camp. They went to investigate and found an Imperial probe droid. Han radioed back to the base.
It's a good bet the Empire knows we're here.
The rebels began evacuating immediately. Aboard Darth Vader's Star Destroyer, the Dark Lord heard of the activity on Hoth.
That's the system, and I'm sure Skywalker is with them. Set your course and prepare your men.
The rebel evacuation had begun just in time. Imperial walkers were heading toward the base. As the first transports blasted into space, rebels on the ground began an attack. Troops fired cannons, and snow speeders zoomed around the massive walkers firing laser blasts. But the strong armor showed hardly a scratch. Then Luke got an idea.
Use your harpoons and tow cables. Go for the legs. It might be our only chance of stopping them.
Soon the tall legs of the walkers were immobilized in a web of cables. The walkers fell over and exploded. The rebels were able to get away. On board his X-Wing fighter, Luke was explaining the course to his companion, R2.
We're heading for the Dagobah system.
Meanwhile, in the Millennium Falcon, Han, Leia, and Chewbacca were in trouble. Ships from the Empire were right behind them, and Han had done all he could to outrun them. Flying into an asteroid field was dangerous, but it was the only way to lose the Starfleet. He nearly hit a large asteroid, but he landed safely inside a cave. On the other side of the galaxy, Luke crashed into the swampy ground of Dagobah. This was not what he'd expected.
Oh, R2, what are we doing here? It's like something out of a dream.
Nearby, a creature spoke.
I am wondering, why are you here?
I'm looking for someone.
Yoda! You seek Yoda! Take you to him, I will!
Luke followed.
Stay here and watch after the camp, R2.
Aboard his ship, Darth Vader knelt before the holographic image of the Emperor.
What is thy bidding, my master?
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
I have felt it.
The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
If he could be turned, he would become a powerful ally.
Yes. Yes. He would be a great asset. Can it be done?
He will join us or die, my master.
Back on Dagobah, Luke discovered that his new friend was, in fact, Yoda the Jedi Master. But Luke had to convince the little creature that he was ready to become a Jedi Knight. After much discussion, Luke finally began the training. He learned how to sharpen his lightsaber skills, improve his balance and self-control, and increase his strength. Yoda was encouraged by what he saw.
Remember, a Jedi's strength flows from the Force.
After flying out of the cave, Han piloted the Millennium Falcon to Cloud City for some minor repairs. An old friend, Lando Calrissian, met Han, Leia, and Chewbacca when they arrived and gave them a tour of the city. When Lando showed them to the dining room, the group was met by Darth Vader.
We would be honored if you would join us.
The bounty hunter Boba Fett was at his side. Lando hung his head.
I'm sorry. They arrived right before you did.
On Dagobah, as Luke concentrated with the Force, he saw a vision of Cloud City. In it, he felt that Han and Leia were in danger.
It is the future you see.
Future? Will they die?
Difficult to see. Always in motion is the future.
I've got to go to them.
Luke began gathering his things. Suddenly, Ben appeared.
It is you and your abilities the Emperor wants. That is why your friends are made to suffer.
Yoda became very serious.
Only a fully trained Jedi Knight with the Force as his ally will conquer Vader and his Emperor. If you end your training now, if you choose the quick and easy path as Vader did, you will become an agent of evil. Strong as Vader. Mind what you have learned. Save you it can.
I will, and I'll return. I promise.
Then Luke climbed into his starfighter, fired up the engines, and flew away.
Told you I did. Reckless is he. Now matters are worse.
Ben sighed.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
Meanwhile, in a detention block on Cloud City, Han was thrown back into his cell with Leia and Chewbacca.
Oh, I feel terrible.
Why are they doing this?
Han was puzzled.
They never even asked me any questions.
The door to the cell opened again. It was Lando. He told them it was Luke, the Dark Lord wanted.
Lord Vader has set a trap for him.
Leia was angry.
And we're the bait.
Lando turned to leave.
Well, he's on his way.
This is the end of Side 1. Please turn the page and turn the tape over.